Hello students, welcome to Avision SSC Bank exam. As you know, we have been discussing with tenses now. So today is the third day we are discussing tense. In the last two videos, I already completed present and past tense. As I every day repeat, today also I'll do the same thing, that the usual kind of questions in your exam are error detection, sentence correction, and also related to verbs, passive voice, active voice, various kinds. But for that everything, you need to know and you need to be very clear about tense, which is very important. That is why we have studied both the tenses. We have finished studying both tenses, and today is the final day we study tense. So this is the future tense. Past, present has been over. So this is the future tense, the next one. See, future tense is used to denote actions which we cannot control happening and which are about to happen in the future, right? Obviously that means if it has to happen in the future, then obviously we cannot control that. So the first is simple future tense, just like present and past tense, both are same. In the same way, future tense also has four parts, which we will be discussing the various situation where we use it, right? Under simple future, there are two situations which we are discussing. So the first situation is an action which is yet to happen. That means अभी होना बाकी है, that means नहीं हुआ. And planned to happen, that is a part of planning. And what do you mean by a part of planning? That means future, that means it will happen in the future. We only plan about the future, right? So whenever you see a sentencing denoting some planning or anything, and it has a modal, that is will, shall, right? These are all modals. If you haven't checked the video on verbs, please do check that, because there I've thoroughly discussed the usage of modals, specially because modals are very important from the examination point of view. The various usages of modals, that is very important for your English portion. So yes, this future tense involve the use of modals, and as I was saying, planned to happen, that means that is about to happen, that will happen in the future. I will go to the market. So as you can understand, this is a part of planning. That means the speaker has planned, and because I won't be repeating verbs now, but I'll just touch very fast regarding the use of modals, because you need to check the video on verbs to know more about modals. Here, I will go to the market. Will, why is will used here? Because will denotes something which the speaker has determined to do, right? And that is a part of planning. Rama will travel to US for studies. That means Rama, the planning is solid, and that is a what should I say? It is a proper planning that Rama will travel to US for studies, and that will take place in the future. That has not happened yet. That is planned to happen. That is a part of planning. I will take the 8. He will take the 8 p.m. bus to Mumbai. So again, you can see that this is a planned action that the speaker is talking about, that someone is about to take the will take the 8 p.m. bus to Mumbai. Yeah, so this has not happened. This will happen in future. Okay. The next is also for actions which we think or is sure will happen. Okay, we often express our idea that I believe this will happen, right? About the future. In while talking also we do that. So in that kind of sentences, I think India will win the World Cup this year. I think this will happen. I think she will go. I think he would be invited. Okay, now the small thing again I would tell you that you should, because tense, or I should say rather future tense is closely related to the application of modal verbs. And what are modal verbs? Will, would, shall, should, must, and may and might, right? These are the modals. So, and future tense involves usage of modals, but there are shades of differences. Means every modal can't be used everywhere and anywhere. So that is why these should be kept in mind. While the tense also has to be kept in mind, the use of modals also has to be kept in mind. That means you're reading the sentence, suppose in error correction or sentence improvement, you are pretty sure that that yes, I am writing the correct tense, so okay, that will be my answer. But no, you have to pay attention to the use of correct modal also, that it is that this situation in the sentence is using the correct modal or not. That you have to see, that you have to check. I think India will win the World Cup this year. So, see, this is a possibility, right? So, this is a possibility, a future possibility, which I think will happen. This is our idea, right? So, also, we use future tense for actions which we think or is sure will happen. Okay. The next example is, I'm pretty sure that Ramesh will pass the exam in his first attempt. Right? Again, this a future possibility. In fact, idea that okay, I think that this will happen, and this is a future event. So, we need to use the simple future tense over here. Okay, moving on to the next one. This says future continuous, right? Okay, used for actions which are supposed to be at a progressive continuous stage or an exact moment in the future, which is supposed to be in a continuous stage also in the future, right? We are dealing with the future today. So an event, suppose an event which we are talking about, and that will be in, as I say always, in live condition, in progressive condition, in continuous condition. That means in the stage of doing that, in that condition, in sometime in future, or that will be, or an exact moment in the future, right? Let's take each example and study. I will be turning 21 this May. So what does this mean? This May, the speaker, this action of turning 20 will be in the progressive stage. That means in the happening stage. This May, see, May is written, but and it gives the exact moment of future when that means May has not arrived and May is coming May. This person will be turning 21, and this process of turning 21 will be in the live condition. I will be pursuing my graduation next year. So again, see, an exact moment of future next year, it is giving, it's already given, and this action of pursuing graduation will be in the continuous stage, the person will be pursuing graduation at that moment next year, right? So this involves the use of future continuous tense. And please, as I have always said from the beginning of this video, that be careful to the use of modals, right? See, I have given you examples with 3 different modals. Then the third one is shall. I shall be having lunch at 2 p.m. Okay, I shall be having lunch at 2 p.m. See again, 2 p.m. is the exact moment of future, and the person's act of having lunch will be in the continuous stage at 2 p.m. That the person will be doing that action at that point of time. This is the use of future continuous. This is not something very complex and anything. If you take each example and understand why has it used this tense, so it is very easy. Always, you don't need to mug up any rule, just take examples and study and understand why this sentence has taken this tense, as I'm explaining now. I shall be having lunch at 2 p.m. Yes, so this person will be in the act of having lunch live at 2 p.m. Okay, now this why is the use of a will and shall are different? See, because will, always remember, will has something to do with something about surety. Something is sure to happen. Okay, something is sure to happen, वो होगा ही. Okay, that means let me tell you with the examples. Turning 21 is a sure fact, isn't it? It is a sure fact because we can't control our age. We will be aging no matter what. Every year the birth month will arrive and we will be turning each year older, right? So this turning 21, 24, whatever the age might be, turning 18, this turning of age is a sure fact. So that is why we have used will. You if you would have used shall, that will be not proper, not grammatically proper. I shall be turning 21 this May is not proper. I will be turning 21 this May. Will always has an element of, number one, surety, number two, determination, and something which the speaker has already decided to do, and there is a sense of conviction in that. Okay, that will happen no matter what. That always has an element of surety. I will be pursuing my graduation next year. So also again, studies is a sure thing. We know which year we will be studying how will we progress throughout the years, how will we be promoted each year, right? Graduation, post graduation, PhD, whatever. I will be pursuing my graduation next year. So this is a sure thing. But I shall be having lunch at 2 p.m. This thing, the use of shall, does not involve surety. It involves only a decision. Understand? It only has this element that the speaker has decided to do. But see, we decide many things, but we are not sure of every decision, and we are not sure of everything that we will be doing. Age can't be controlled, that is a sure thing. Studies can't be controlled, but having lunch can be controlled, right? Having lunch, we can also change the time if we have to. If we suppose a person at that moment, in apply from your daily experience, you have decided your lunch time, but there might be something coming up that you can't be having lunch at that time, right? So but you have decided that you will be having lunch at 2 p.m. So that is why we have used I shall be having lunch at 2 p.m. This is a simple decision, but the two examples above shows that something is sure. So please be careful regarding the use of modals. And if you haven't checked the video of verbs, please scroll down the channel and there you will find the video on verbs. That is very important, because as I said, tense, verbs, these are all very related. Rama must be sleeping now. Again, a modal, and why we have used this modal. Okay. So again, this is, see, this is an exact moment in future now. Must be sleeping. So why? But see, this is the speaker just thinks that that there is a possibility that this must happen. So that is why this is a future continuous tense. Okay. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is future perfect. And future perfect says used for actions which are expected to be completed by a certain point of time in future. Now, what does this mean? Okay, some action is supposed to finish at a particular time in future. We all know that some of that we usually say, okay, this task is will have finished by now. This is just our expectation that yeah, this might be completed by that time, that point of time in the coming future, by any time in the future. Okay, I shall have finished my work by then. So by then, this means that obviously this is not a current time, this implies a future time. So the speaker is saying that okay, by this time in future, I think I shall have finished my work. Again, there is no surety. We have not used will, we have used shall. So there is a possibility of my work being finished by that point of time in future. Okay, so this is why we have used will. We have used shall and we have used future perfect. Okay, the next one, he will have reached Kolkata by next week. See, by next week, this is a certain point of time given in future, by next week. And this is almost and the speaker is saying that this action of reaching Kolkata will be finished by next week, is expected to be finished by next week, it's expected to be completed by next week. So, and almost this is a sure fact, so that is why we have used future perfect. Okay, future perfect tense, will have reached. Okay, I'll also talk about the structure of future perfect. Raja would have finished his work till 6 p.m. Again, see this related to work. Till, it is implying that okay, till this point of time, obviously this point of time is in future, that is 6 p.m. By this time, he is expected to have finished his work. Okay, his work is expected to have finished. And regarding the structure of future perfect verb or the future perfect tense, it's always a modal, either will or shall or would. In fact, must also, any modal that you have to decide and you have to learn, rather I should say, from the rules, from the verb rules which are taught here, the modal rules. Any modal plus have plus the past tense of a verb. Okay, finished, reached, like this. Worked, traveled, walked. So like that. Okay, the past tense of the verb will be used. And going back to the future continuous tense, the structure I should talk about is modal, as I have listed: will, shall, must, anything according to the suitable to the sentence, plus the be verb. Okay, the normal be form of the verb, will be doing, shall be doing, must be having, like this. Be form of the verb plus the continuous form of verb, that is ing. Any verb plus ing is what? Is the continuous form of verb, right? So that in simple future it is only modal plus verb, only a modal plus it, but I'm telling you which you should note down. That is the modal, will, shall, must, would, anything, plus have verb, plus the past tense of the verb. Okay, now the final type of future tense, which is the most important, I should say, for your exam. This is the most important out of all. Okay, so because most questions anyway, perfect tenses are very important, as I've always said right from the video for present tense. I've been telling that perfect tenses are very important, because the structure is a bit large, but if you understand and do it properly, this is very easy. Okay, so let us understand this fact. Used for actions which will be in continuation in future, which started sometime in the future, which some action, this needs a bit of explanation. This is in continuation in future, that is fine, but that has started before only. Okay, that has started before only, and that will be that will be still in the continuation condition in the future. Okay, let's study with the examples. I will have been traveling for 6 days. That means what? That means the action has started before only. Okay, the action has been started before only, but that will be also in continuation in future. That has started before, in continuation in future also. Ram should have been practicing sums now. That means his act of practicing sums must have started before, would have started before only. Okay, would have started before, and now in this current situation also, that will be in continuation. There is a very small difference between future continuous and future perfect continuous. Okay, because as you know that will be in continuation in future, anyone can ask me that, yeah ma'am, in future continuous also, that is in continuation only, but what is the difference, how will we understand? So now you have to listen carefully. That, see, future continuous tense, the normal one, the future only continuous, it indicates that at an exact moment of future, I will be doing something. Okay. For example, just take from our life that suppose we are saying someone, I will be visiting the fair, I will be visiting the local fair in the evening. I will be visiting my granny's house tomorrow. I will be visiting the fair at 7 p.m. Okay, this kind of action gives you two things, gives you an action in the continuous form, but at an exact moment of future. Note, we have told the exact moment, right? Tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the evening. That means that time has not arrived yet. That will, and the exact time we are talking about, that is time में मैं ये कर रहा रहूँगा. I will be doing this at that time in the future. But future perfect means the action has already started some time back and that will be in progress. Okay, when, because in the first, in the future continuous, we don't know when it started. We don't know when it started, but we just know two things, that an at an exact moment of time in the future, that can be any future, that can be today's future also. That means right, today's evening is still the future, because now it's noon. Future, night, tomorrow, 2 days later, 2 months later, 2 years later, whatever. These are the time of future, at exact moment of future, that will be in the continuous form. But we don't know when it started. It does not give you the impression of an action that has started already. No, just two things. But in future perfect continuous tense, in the perfect continuous tense, you get to know three things: that it has already started some time back, and that is in continuation, that is still in continuation, and that will be in continuation till some time of future. See, two examples I have taken in order to clear this fact. He will be tired because he will be exercising so hard. That means what impression does this give? This means the action of exercising will be in progression at some time in future, right? At some time in future, this will be in progression, this will be in continuation. Okay, but come to the next example. He will be tired because he will have been exercising so hard. See, note, he will have been exercising, it has changed to future continuous, future perfect continuous. Have been, have always means perfect. Please go to the present tense video and check the use of present perfect, and see the past tense video for past perfect, because perfect tenses are very important, extremely important in the exam. Whatever question comes from tenses are 99% given from the perfect tenses, for three of them. Okay, so see, will have been, the structure is also extremely important. I'll be coming next to the structure. He will have been exercising so hard. That means, what impression is this giving you? That this action of exercising will be in progression for some time, and this had already started before. This action has started ago. This action has started before only, and means some time back. This action has been started and will be in continuation also in the future. Two are different, two are not same. In every kind of perfect tenses, there is this function of perfect tenses, that they give you the impression that it has sometimes started before only, and now according to the tense, according to the timing, they vary in what kind of sentence it will be used. Okay, now the next, I hope this is clear, the difference is clear. Future continuous in continuation stage in some at an exact time of future, and for future perfect continuous tense, there is this impression of an action which has started some time back, and also that is continuing and will be continuing till some time in future. Okay, now the last important thing is the structure, that is modal. Again, modal, any modal according to the need of the sentence: will, should, must. Must is something, again, very important. Okay, must means something which has to be done, means that needs to be done. any modal according to the need, plus have, plus been, been, been. Okay, been is the past participle of be verb. Okay, remember. And plus v plus ving, that means the continuous form of verb. That means the continuous form of the verb. Modal plus have plus been plus continuous form of the verb. So starting just quickly repeating all the structures of the tenses. What are they? For simple future, always modal plus the verb. Easy. Modal plus the verb. Will go, will do, will eat, shall visit, must perform, should do, should brush, should eat, whatever. Any action, any verb. Modal plus verb. Okay. Future continuous verb, modal plus be verb. The be normal form of verb, be verb. The only be verb. Modal plus be plus continuous form of the verb. Obviously continuous form में continuous form of the verb ही होगा. Okay. Next, future perfect. Only perfect. Future perfect. Modal plus have plus the past tense of the verb. Past tense. Okay. Done, visited, finished, worked, eaten. Sorry, not eaten, ate. The past tense of the verb. Past tense of the verb. Modal plus have plus past tense of the verb is perfect. Only perfect. Future perfect. And lastly, future perfect continuous. What will it be? Modal plus have plus been, been. That is the past participle form of the be verb. Okay. And also in together with it ving, that is the continuous tense of the continuous form of the verb. So I hope this is clear. We have thoroughly discussed with examples all the three kinds of tenses. Today the tenses portion finish up and I again urge you to go check and watch the videos on verb and tenses. Today we finished tenses, verb and tenses, because in verb I have thoroughly explained the usages of the modals, especially the modals, because modals are extremely important in all kinds of sentences. Modals are very vital because in tense sentences also you need to understand the modals, right? And there can be two three kinds of errors in these kind of sentences. So modals and the two kinds of tenses, present and past. So this should finish it up. I have went through as many kinds of examples as I could, and only these kind of things are asked in the exam. There will be a wrong portion in the entire sentence and you will be asked to correct that. Suppose just an example, he will be tired because he must be exercising so hard. Suppose it is given in the sentence and you have to improve the sentence. There will be, you need to understand that what exact phrase you should choose instead of that wrong phrase. So what will you write? What option will you select? He will have been exercising so hard. So yeah, according to the need of the sentence, you should understand. And as long as you don't know the differences of tenses, what situations they are used in, you won't be able to perform nicely. And once you do, and please go through the examples, as many examples you can find from various places to study the tenses, and various kinds of examples will help you to know the differences of the tenses and situations, also why they are using that kind of tense. So I hope this is clear, and this should end it. So thank you, students. We'll catch up in the next video with another topic. Thank you.